Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video. My name is Ryan Roots, and I am a full-time online reseller, selling platforms like eBay and Amazon, and we make YouTube videos showing you guys some tips and tricks on how to navigate the different platforms. So if you enjoy videos like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. So if you are an eBay seller, which I'm assuming you are if you're watching today's video, you may have received a notification or an email from eBay saying that you're going to be switched over to eBay's new managed payments program. And if you haven't yet, you probably will soon because all sellers are going to be switched over to this new program. So in today's video, I'm going to do my best to answer all of your questions about eBay's new managed payments system. Today is September 10th, 2020. So this video is up to date as of today. eBay has been known in the past to change things pretty frequently. So please make sure to go and check those seller updates that eBay puts out, or again, subscribe to this channel and we'll put out updates as they come out. So let's just start with the basics. What is eBay's managed payments program and why is this happening? For the past 15 years, eBay has been partnered with PayPal. So you make a sale on eBay, PayPal collects the payment from the buyer and then distributes the funds to you. So two different companies working together and fees on both platforms. So fees on PayPal for collecting the payment and then fees on eBay for providing the buyer who bought the item in the first place. As of 2020, eBay has split ways with PayPal and has brought all payment processing in-house. So that means that eBay will now be collecting and distributing payments through its own platform, through eBay, not through PayPal. Now, as far as I'm aware, PayPal will remain in place for buyers to use, and I believe that'll stay on eBay's system until 2023. So that's what eBay's managed payment system is. It's just eBay splitting ways with PayPal and kind of bringing it all in-house. So instead of in two locations, it's now in one location just on eBay. So the first question we get is, now that eBay and PayPal have sort of split ways, should you get rid of your PayPal account? And in my opinion, no, definitely not. PayPal is still a good tool to have, especially if you are a reseller. You can continue to use PayPal as a clearinghouse for a lot of off eBay transactions. And as you grow as a reseller, typically you'll find that more and more transactions start to happen off of the main platforms. And again, some people use PayPal as short-term loans, and there's a lot of other e-commerce platforms that also use PayPal as a platform. So I would suggest keeping your PayPal account for sure. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into the biggest question that we're hearing from sellers right now, which is, now that eBay's taken everything in-house and there's this new managed payment system, what happens to my fees? So there used to be a fee to PayPal, there used to be a fee to eBay, and now that it's all in-house, how do those fees look and how does that function as a seller? So before the switch, there were two sets of fees. PayPal had a 2.9% transaction fee plus an additional 30 cents processing fee. eBay charged roughly 10%. Now that's without discounts, that's without like a top rated seller plus discount. And it's also not taken into account like store discounts or discounts that you get for having certain levels of stores on eBay. So on the old system, if I sold an item on eBay for $10 plus $5 shipping, or if I sold an item for $15 with free shipping, it doesn't matter either way because you're charged fees on both amounts, on the shipping and on the original amount that the item sold for. So either way, the fees are the same. So again, on the old system, those fees on a $15 sale would be roughly $1.50 to eBay and roughly 74 cents to PayPal. So now that everything has been brought in-house, you're eliminating that PayPal fee, but there is still an additional fee on eBay. So again, that fee without discounts and without a store is 12.35%. plus an additional 30-cent transaction fee. And let me just make something very clear before we continue on with the fees. Those fees on eBay are charged on the item pre-sales tax. So if there is sales tax on the item, let's say a state charges 8% sales tax, you are charged fees not including that sales tax. You're only charged fees on the amount that the item sold for plus the shipping fee. That was a question that has come up over and over again, but the fact of the matter is you are not charged any final value fee on sales tax. So going back to the new managed payment system. So before it was 2.9% plus 30 cents to PayPal plus an additional 10% to eBay. Now under managed payments, it's 12.35% plus an additional 30 cents transaction fee. So if I sold that same item as before for $15, my fee now would be $2.15. So instead of $2.24, the two different platforms combining their fees, instead of $2.24, it would now be $2.15. So a slight savings now that eBay has brought things in-house. So a quick real life example for you guys. We have already switched over to the managed payment system. We've been in the program for, I want to say like 2 to 3 weeks now. We probably should have switched over when they first announced it, but we were kind of late to the show. We were holding on to PayPal. But now we have switched over to eBay's managed payments program. So yesterday we sold an Eddie Money vintage t-shirt for $130.95. Our total eBay fees on that transaction came out to $13.85. So it was $13.55 to eBay plus an additional 30-cent transaction fee. Now on our account, you'll notice a little note at the bottom of that transaction that says you got a discount of $1.51 for being a top rated plus seller. So now, because I know a lot of people don't have that discount, let's add that fee back in so we can get back to what the number should be. So if you add it back in, it's $15.36 on a $130.95 sale. So using those numbers on the new managed payment system for us, it works out to 11.73% in fees that we are now paying just to eBay, not to PayPal, but all the fees now are going to eBay. With our top rated plus seller discount, it's actually only 10.6% in fees to eBay. That 30% transaction fee, now that only applies to each time a customer checks out. So if they go to your store and they buy 5 of the same item from your store and then they go and check out, it's not 30 cents per item that you're charged that fee. It's 30 cents on the entire checkout process. So eBay is basically taking the transaction fee that any seller or merchant account would charge for swiping a credit card or using PayPal or using Apple Pay or whatever it is. They're basically taking that fee and transferring it over to the seller the exact same way that PayPal used to. But I want you guys to realize that it's just 30 cents per transaction. It's not 30 cents on each individual item if a buyer purchases multiples. Now going back to that real life example that I showed you in our store, you have to realize that we do have certain discounts in place. We have that top rated seller plus discount. We also have discounts for having a certain store level. So that's why after those discounts, it comes out to 10.6%. But without those store discounts and top rated seller discounts, it reverts back to what I said earlier, 12.35% plus an additional 30 cents transaction fee. So again, if you don't have a store, if you're not a top rated seller and you're in eBay's new managed payments system, if you had sold an item for $130.95, the total sale fee to eBay would be $16.47. Now going back one step further, if you weren't on eBay's managed payment system and you just sold the item as it was in the past through eBay and through PayPal, the fees on a $130.95 transaction would amount to $17.19. So yes, bringing everything in-house and using eBay's managed payment system, the fees should be less. Is it a huge amount? I mean, no, not really, but on a larger transaction, if you're doing that over and over again each month, it actually will save you a little bit of money. So just on that one transaction, on the old way, we would have paid an additional, an additional like 70 cents on top. So hopefully that kind of clarifies how the fees work in eBay's managed payment system, the new program, over how it was in the past through PayPal. So now let's talk about how fees are paid to eBay under the new system. So previously when you made a sale, the money would go again through PayPal and PayPal would charge you that 2.9% plus that 30 cents at the time of transaction. And then eBay would charge you 10% or whatever it is after your discount. But those fees on eBay would accrue throughout the month. And then at the end of the month, you would get a final bill from eBay with all of your eBay fees on there. And then you would be responsible to pay that entire amount to eBay. So now under the managed payment system, most of the fees that you pay are automatically taken out at the time of the transaction. The only fees that you would be invoiced for separately would be like insertion fees, subscription fees, again, if you're paying monthly for your subscription. Any additional marketing fees like paying to make your title bold or paying for a picture pack or something like that on eBay, those fees will still be billed on a monthly basis. But the chunk of it, the actual fee, the processing fee, and the final value fee, that comes out again at the time of transaction. So yes, you will probably still get somewhat of a bill at the end of the month from eBay, but it'll be much, much smaller than what you're used to because again, as you're selling stuff on eBay now under managed payments, as you're selling stuff on eBay, those fees are coming out. So the bad part about that for us in particular is that we used to pay that large eBay bill, each monthly bill, we would pay that large eBay bill on a credit card and we would get points back. So we would pay it on our business credit card, get the points back, and then pay off the credit card. Now, as it stands, because those fees are coming out automatically, we're not able to put those fees on a credit card. As far as I know, I don't think there's any way to do it as far as I know. But yeah, we can't put those fees onto our credit card and get those points, which kind of stinks. But you know, from an accounting perspective, it is a lot easier that they're taking those fees out. But from a credit card points perspective, I would rather those fees go onto my credit card. And then again, my advice to you on eBay's fees, because managed payments it's still a new system and eBay has been known to kind of mess things up from time to time with their fees. My suggestion to you would be go to your payment section on eBay once you've signed up for managed payments, go to your payment section and watch it like a hawk. Like actually monitor it, calculate your fees, make sure that you are being charged the correct amount. And if you're not, make sure you call eBay and get things fixed, because I have no doubt that eBay will mess things up in the future. They're good at doing that. They typically fix it pretty fast, but I have no doubt it's a new system. They're probably going to mess some stuff up. So just make sure that you are going to that payment section and make sure that you are monitoring your eBay fees. All right, guys and girls. So before we continue on with today's video, I have a small favor to ask from all of you. It takes me a lot of time and effort to make these videos and edit them and put them out on YouTube. And as much as they probably should be, eBay doesn't pay us anything to make these videos for you guys. We do it to help out the community, and we do it because there's a lot of different questions out there that people are asking, and we want to put out good, helpful information for you guys. So all that I ask in return, please, if you don't mind, is hit the thumbs up button on this video, share it with anybody who you feel could benefit from this information, and leave a comment in the comment section of this video, because I would love to hear what your opinions are, or if you have any questions about managed payments. We read every single comment and we will get back to you. So please hit the thumbs up button on the video and let's get back into it. So the next aspect of this managed payments system is, how do you actually get your money? So how does eBay pay you out? It used to be the money just goes into PayPal, and then if you have a PayPal debit card, you could just use that card to pay for stuff, or you could transfer the money from PayPal into your bank account. So how does it work now? So with the new managed payment system, funds are distributed directly from eBay into your bank account, and you can set that up on eBay to disperse either daily or weekly. But be aware, most people, depending on your bank account, most people are going to have a delay. So typically, even if you have those payments set to distribute daily, usually there'll be like a 2 to 3 day delay from the time that eBay processes and distributes that payment to when it actually lands in your bank account. So it's not instant how it was with PayPal, where you could use that money immediately if you wanted to. Now there is some sort of a delay from eBay to your bank account. So just be aware of that. So again, a real life example, we have our account on managed payments set up to distribute daily from eBay to our business SunTrust bank account. And for us, I have to say the payments have been fairly quick. So on September 2nd, eBay sent us a payment to our bank account for $454.97. And I received that payment free and clear in our bank account on September 3rd, so the next day. And again, it absolutely can take longer. I've talked to sellers where it's taken 4 to 5 days, and you also have to consider weekends and holidays. But again, to give you another example, we had a payment distributed to us this past Friday the 4th, so right before Labor Day weekend, and the payment was distributed on the 4th, and it actually hit and cleared in our bank account that same day. So it was distributed on the 4th and it cleared into our bank account on the 4th before the holiday weekend. And again, is that going to happen every single time? Don't count on it. There's certainly going to be delays. We've talked to people who have had to wait quite a while for their payments, but it's something that there's no avoiding it, right? Managed payments is here. Everybody's going to have to use it, and you're just going to have to get used to these systems. So it's something that you just have to realize could take some time, and you have to work that into how you run your business. If you need that free cash flow every single day, you need to make sure that you're adjusting how you spend your money so that you can make sure that you have the money in your account when you go to pay for items. Now, again, going back to it, for us, it's actually even better than PayPal because we didn't really use a PayPal debit card. We try to run everything, like I said, on a business credit card and then pay it off. But for us, the money would transfer to PayPal, and then we would transfer the money from PayPal to our business bank account. And PayPal, doing it that way, usually would take 2 to 3 days. So now it's almost the same thing, but it seems to be faster for us getting the money distributed from eBay to our business bank account. And I'm not sure if it's faster because it's a business bank account. I don't know exactly how that works. Maybe it depends on the bank that you're banking with. But again, for us, it has been fairly fast. Okay, so now let's talk about shipping. So previously on eBay, when you would go to ship something, if you had your PayPal account attached, when you would pay for that shipping, except for FedEx, when you would pay for that shipping, that money would come directly out of your PayPal balance. So it's remained pretty much the same, right? So when you go to ship an item, you can choose. You can either choose to use the balance that you have in managed payments. So if you have like $300 sitting there waiting to be distributed to your bank account and you need to pay for shipping, that shipping fee can come out of that $300 that you're waiting for. You can still also choose to use PayPal at this point. That might go away in the future. Again, not totally sure. It's a new system. But as of right now, you can still use PayPal to pay for that shipping. So you can use your PayPal balance to pay for the shipping. And again, that's adjusted when you go to ship the item. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's 2 different check boxes you can choose, from PayPal or from your managed payment balance. If you don't have money in your managed payment balance and you don't have money in your PayPal account, it just reverts back to your secondary source of funding, which would be, in this case, it would be your bank account or the credit card that you have on file with eBay. Okay, and then lastly, returns and refunds. How does that work through managed payments? So again, it goes back to that pending balance. When you issue a refund, it just comes out of that pending balance. If you don't have money in your pending balance, again, secondary funding source. So your bank account or your credit card, that's where that return or refund would come from. Returns on eBay are now immediate based on your return policy. So if a buyer opens a return for the correct reason, eBay will automatically issue a label and charge your pending balance. So the buyer will get the label and ship it back to you. And then you can still decide to do a partial refund if the return warrants. When you go to actually refund the buyer, you can change it and you can charge a fee if it isn't returned in the same condition as received. But pretty much, I mean, returns and refunds are pretty much the same thing. The only difference is you can now use your managed payments account balance, which is kind of like using your PayPal account balance. It's just money that's sitting there waiting to be distributed to your bank account. So again, let's say you have a $300 balance that's waiting and you have to do a $20 refund. $20 comes out of it, and now you have $280 instead of $300 that'll be deposited into your bank account. One thing that I do want to stress as well is that your final value fees, so the fee that eBay charges you when you sell an item, that 10% plus the whatever it is now, again, 2.35% plus that 30 cents. So that transaction fee or those final value fees are credited back when you do a refund or a return. So I believe in the past that PayPal has changed things so that you actually don't get that transaction fee back. eBay, when you do a return, it'll actually show you do get that final value fee credited back to your account, which I think is a good thing for sure. So that's pretty much the whole eBay managed payment system in a little bit of a complicated nutshell. I wanted to end today's video talking about what I consider to be the good of managed payments and then what I consider to be things that I don't like about the new managed payment system. So obviously the good, if everything stays the way that it is, I like that the fees are technically less. So even though I can't pay for the fees on my credit card, which I liked getting that cash back, even though I can't do that, the fees are less, right? So you're not paying as much money in percentage to PayPal. Instead of 2.9%, you're paying that 2.35%. So the fees are slightly less through eBay's managed payment system. And I like that. I like paying less money in fees. I also like that everything is now handled directly on eBay instead of having 2 different companies managing things back and forth. You know, sometimes PayPal didn't agree with eBay and eBay didn't agree with PayPal. And I think if you're a seasoned seller, I think everybody's been through a case where someone opens a return or whatever it is on eBay and that return is closed in the seller's favor, and then that buyer goes to PayPal and does the same thing, and you have to fight it again on another system. So now that everything is in-house, you don't have to deal with 2 separate companies. A lot of people thought that eBay owned PayPal, but that wasn't the case. eBay and PayPal were 2 completely separate companies, and sometimes they would make decisions that the other company didn't agree with. There was a time in the past where I put PayPal on the phone with eBay, and literally the rep from PayPal was arguing with the rep from eBay, and eBay was like, no, you can't do that, and PayPal was like, we'll do what we want. It was craziness. So I am glad that everything is kind of like come in-house and there's only one, one company to call to deal with any issues. I like that a lot. I also like that buyers now have a multitude of different ways to pay. So with the new managed payment system, they can use a bunch of different credit cards. They can use Apple Pay. They can pay in a bunch of different ways outside of just using PayPal. The other thing I like is that accounting is much easier now because the fees come directly out of the eBay balance instead of having to, again, account for PayPal fees and then eBay fees and mix it all together. So it's just a much cleaner accounting process. There's one less step pretty much, which makes things easier when you go to pay your taxes. And then the other thing that I like personally is that the reporting is much easier. Again, in the past, you had to have reports through PayPal where you could go and see all the transactions and then separate reports through eBay, look at all your fees and calculate things. Now it's all there. It's all in one clean system and I like it. I like that I can see exactly how much money I've saved for being a top rated plus seller. I like that I can see exactly the percentage that I've paid on each particular item and I don't have to go back and forth and see what all my fees add up to. It's all in one place. It's clean. I think it's a good system. I think eBay so far, I think they've done a decent job on it. And then the bad pretty much would just be like the time delay. I know that that's going to affect a lot of people's businesses, but it's just something that you have to get used to. Every business operates in a different way. And if you just account for that time delay, it's really not that bad. Even if it's 5 days, like just work that into your system and start accounting for those delays. And once you've run it for a little while, if you're doing daily payouts, once you've run that system for a little while, you have payments hitting every single day. Even if they're delayed, you still have payments hitting your account every single day and your cash flow will get back to normal. And then the other thing that I don't like, which I'm sure nobody really likes, is learning a new system. It's annoying, but it is what it is. Time has changed. There's literally nothing we can do about it. We might as well embrace it as eBay sellers. The other option is literally don't sell on eBay. Like you either adapt and change and adjust to the systems that eBay's put in place, or you don't sell on their platform and you choose another place to sell, which isn't a bad option if that's what you want to do. If you're sick of eBay, go and sell somewhere else. But for us, because eBay is a big part of our business, it makes sense to just adjust with the changes and make sure that we take the necessary steps to continue going with our eBay business. And then one more thing that's a negative is there's definitely going to be bugs, right? There's going to be issues. Again, I hate to say it, but eBay is known for bugs. Like it's known to mess things up from time to time. They've been better about fixing things faster, but I do think that there's going to be issues and bugs with the managed payment system. And as sellers, we're just going to have to put a smile on our face and roll with it and go from there and hope that eBay does a good job managing things in-house. I have faith. I think that they will, but we'll see how it goes in the future. So my overall feelings, I do think that it's a better system. I've been saying it from the get-go. As soon as eBay announced managed payments, I was like, yeah, I mean, that sounds right, because most of the big platforms out there, they're not using third-party systems with different businesses and, having different accounts where you have to go and clear different transactions. Everything pretty much is done in-house. So I'm happy with the transition. I'm happy the fees are less. And like I said, I'm excited to see where it goes in the future. I hope that eBay doesn't start raising that fee, because that would kind of suck. But I could see them doing that. They're a bit money hungry at times. So with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, please feel free to share this video if you would like to. Hit the thumbs up button for me, and I hope it's helped out. That's the only goal that I have with making this video, is to help you guys out. So if you have any questions, leave a comment. And until next time, I'm Ryan Roots. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out. Bye.